These ones are all busted up, so we're getting better ones. Alright, loaded up some of the stuff we need. Just do short ones first. I already know I don't want to hit everything. Figure out how to do this. You know, I won't just go down like that because.
Right, but it's pretty flexible, isn't it? And then pull up the center.
I gotta go past the hoses for that.
Now you're going to use any...
That's got to be cut. It's getting in my eyes. Alright, so as you can see, we're working on insulating the floor, and in there on the floor it's flat all the way up until you get the ends, and then there's this little step up. I'm sure it's part of the framework of the bus or the chassis, not the chassis but the cab part of it. So what we wanted to do, instead of just cutting this off and going up against it, is insulate over the top of that as well. Tracy, we're trying to find a way to come up with a way to carve this out as a curve. And Tracy goes, what about your air grinder with the wire bit? And this thing works fantastic, but as you can see, it's making a mess. But it's carving out just what we need to drop it in and have this go over the top so it's flush all the way to the wall. The problem is, it's not a ton of work, but it's making a mess, and it is extra work, and it's not a perfect solution. You're not going to see any of this. But in reality, when we're done, there's such a thin layer of insulation here left that's going over the top of that. We're not getting that much insulating value out of it for the amount of work we're putting in. So we're going to go ahead and take and cut this one off so it'll just drop between those two rails. And we'll just, when we put the plywood, we'll go over it and go right to the edge of the wall, so that will be covered up anyways. I just want to have insulation on it. But again, we're only talking like this much on each side. But with just, you know, if you're only putting this much insulation on it, you're not getting much anyway. So anyway, to cut it off, we're using this actually very antique saw. It's got two blades on it. It's got a finer one on one side and a coarse one on the other side. But you can just go and cut this thing right off, and then we'll go put it in place. All right, we're gonna go and try this piece and see how it fits in, and when we're in there, we'll show you exactly what we're talking about, because we have a piece in there that does go over. So to get it in, you just gotta have to, you really gotta get it down like this, and drop it in place. We were basically cutting around this. This went right up against the wall, and if you look back here, you probably can see it on this one. This particular one we weren't finished with, but it ended up going right to the wall with it, and we were just carving around it. But with what's left with insulation, yeah, it's some, but it's not that much. So I think we're just going to do it this way and butt it right up against this and call it good. When we put the plywood down, we'll go right up against the edge. Maybe we'll put a thin layer of insulation in there or something different.